Greetings. War Commander community. War Commander Unshackled. There's no need to introduce myself. You all know who I am, so there's no need to do that. Tonight was supposed to be a little bit more jovial than it is right now. And it isn't. Because I'm not in a good mood. In the last week, 3 people that are near and dear to me have gone. 2 have passed away. 1 has left the community. And it's not by choice that she left the community. It was by force. And by the time all this is said and done, papers will be filed, pushed, documents will be signed and pushed out. People will be called upon to do a task. And when it is all over, this community may or may not exist. The splinters have already started to show. The fractures are already happening. And to be quite frank, I'm sick and tired of it. The community is a toxic cesspool. For the most part, there are a handful of people that are actually worth dealing with, but only a handful. And on this day, and in this place, my word is law. And everybody knows that. I've run Unshackled every week now for the last 9 months. And I have taken the brunt of the abuse, the flack from people who disagree, and not disagreeing in a constructive way, disagreeing to the point of being an absolute, utter bastard about it. And the point and call of tonight, since Kixeye fucked the day up and have moved the notes till tomorrow, it's given me an opportunity to sit down and have a little chat. And this kind of chat isn't good. And I don't very often have to sit down and address the community at large, because it needs to be done. The content of the show tonight is difficult, because I have to do something that I did not want to do. We've got people behind each other's backs, pulling the strings and manipulating and pulling things to their own advantage at the behest of others. Skipjack is gone. She's left Unshackled. She's walked away from the program. And it's all because of one sole little smart-alecky little bastard who's gotten too big for his boots and needs to be stamped back into line. Because at the end of the day, the only authority any of us answer to is me. And now the noose is tightening. The hangman has set up his pile. The ropes have been drawn. And by the time tonight is over, they will hang from the proverbial noose for the privilege. If you all want to know, well, the little scrope we all know far too well, ironically. And because of some things that were said last night, and that show has since been removed at request, which I have obliged. She was left with no choice. The position has been forced into. And I will not tolerate it a second more. The snide comments, the double talk, the contradiction ends. Double Phoenix, I call to the stand to answer for what you have done. Manipulation ends tonight. We all pay the piper. One day or another, we all pay the piper. And the piper is calling. And the fracture has now become the chasm. The thing is, you're all wanting to know what's happened. A lot of it is still classified as NDA, unfortunately. However, what Skip was talking about last night, with the guy going to that sector that she is in, and that she is being made sector admin, was gone through by Dubba. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And it's gone out of the game personally to rub it in her face. And not only does the Immortal One not do any of it, he won't tolerate this just as much as I, but this is Phil talking to the community. This is Phil as a person talking to the community. Skipjack was my friend. Skipjack was my friend. My rock. She means more to me than anybody else. How dare you? How fucking dare you? You have no idea the kind of hell that is about to come forth. I don't care if it costs me Unshackled. I don't care if it costs me my base. I don't care if it costs me every penny that I have. You're done. I will put myself on the line with every moral fiber that I have. With every bone, with every blood, with all the sweat and tears that go with it. The community is driven by one thing, and one thing alone. And it shows with all the people here tonight watching this and watching this live. Dobber's in 173, if you want to go where he is. Go nuts. I have no issue with telling anybody where he is. The only problem is when that I have friends in his clan. Dobber's the only one that needs dealing with. Because arrogance and ego is all well and good if you know how to use it. And the community is driven. Unshackled is driven. And it's driven by the game. And Unshackled drives me to do what I do week in and week out for the community. For every single fucking one of you. To deal with Kixai. To deal with people. Dobber is done. You got too big for your boots. Far too quickly. You don't learn to be arrogant and egotistical overnight. You can't learn that kind of thing. But if you are the manipulator and you are that kind of a stupid motherfucker to break a kind of bond, I will wipe you clean. Because I cannot stand it. I have done nothing but be straight since day one. Dobber has not. And it goes along the lines of some other people that I have dealt with in the last few weeks. I am done. Midnight, yes. Yes, they are. I sat there last night doing exactly the same thing. I've lost too many people in the last few days alone. And I will not lose another one because of somebody's arrogance. And the folks out there that doubt me, Doc's on a drunken rant again, Doc's doing this and Doc's doing that. Nah, it's not Doc. It's not the Immortal one. It's just plain me. Talking to the community. Vague accusation. There's nothing vague about it. Things have come to a head. Oh, Dobber better hide. He's officially on the blacklist from this day forward. I could have let everything slide and remained on the sidelines. But I'm quite sick of people walking all over me, like I am on the sidelines, just watching the days go by and run the shows and letting people go and do whatever they want. The intention, from everything I can extrapolate, was to make Skip look like an idiot and try and make himself look good. When all this shit went down, Far posted on their page, Anton posted on their page, no one goes back to her sector. And Dobber did it 3 times. And a blatant disregard for clan leadership, a blatant disregard for a friend who had asked you not once but 3 times to get the fuck out. That's disrespect in the highest degree. And I will no longer tolerate that. Ronnie, I know you're watching. You have my apologies. Things have been rough with us lately. And I want to extend that olive branch to you. Because this is all not about crushing on one person and one person alone. It's also about me making amends for some of the things that have happened, or at least to try and do so. Because there have been clans of people that I have been with and that I have been friends with for a very long time. And I do not want to give that up. I have lost too much. And I don't want to lose any more. I have made a lot of friends over the years. Doing kick-size stuff, Battle Pirates, War Commander, Vega, Backyard Monsters, the whole shebang. And I have lost too much to lose any more. On this day, in this place, my word is law. Never forget that. And before I sign off to do what I must do, there are a few things that I need to say. I posted it up last night on the Unshackled page, and I will simply reiterate the things that have been missed. As of next year, January 10th, which will be the first show after the new year. As of December the 21st will be the event show. That will be the final show of the year. After that, all Wednesday night will be closed as of that date. Next week will remain similar to what it has done in the last few months, but after that, it will be closed. A permanent set of hosts are in place already. And it's not to discourage people from being on the show. An opinion is always valid. Always valid. However, consistency needs to be established if we are to go forward and be the voice of the community. Because right now, we're at a crossroads. We'll either do well or we will fail miserably. And at the time, thanks to people and manipulation and bullshit and all of the crap that's made me so goddamn angry, my blood is boiling under my skin. And I can feel it under my skin. Any changes that happen are made by my direction and my direction alone. Wednesday nights, as of next year, will be closed to 5-person panels. That being said, Saturday will become more permanent. And those shows will not be hosted by me. From this point on, the only shows that I will participate on are to provide information to the community. If that ever changes, I will end the show on a permanent basis. Skip, honey, I know you're in my PMs. I love you very much. And I do. And I very much miss you already. I keep a close eye on things that happen inside and outside of Unshackled as it is. I'm an observer. I observe everything that happens. So let me give you the 5 golden rules. You don't fuck with the Immortal one. You don't fuck with what's mine. And that includes those I am close to. My word is law. Challenge is welcome, but never cross the line. Enjoy the game, but keep your politics at home. And a man chooses, and a slave obeys.